Hey everybody, this is Randy Santel, Atlas with Atlas and Zeus Promotions and proud owner of foodchallenges.com. I'm here for the first time in Vero Beach, Florida. It is so beautiful. I'm a professional eater here doing some food challenges. Right now I'm with my new friend Thomas Miller, the Treasure Coast Foodie, and for his new YouTube channel, we're going to be doing kind of a 10 question series Q&A. So we'll get it started. It is March 2021 now, and I'm actually coming up very soon on my 11-year anniversary of being a professional eater. I did my very first food challenge back on March 19th, 2010. It has been a very fun journey, all starting by winning a body transformation contest sponsored by Men's Health Magazine and then the television series Spartacus that appeared on the Stars Network. But since then, I've got 948 food challenge wins in all 50 states and then 37 countries, and still a lot more wins to get. I would have to say the thing that I most love about doing food challenges is just when I first started all this, I was in construction management. That was my first degree from Missouri State University back in 2008. But I realized pretty quickly that I didn't really enjoy just sitting in a desk, and I really wanted to I was kind of getting more and more into health, fitness, and nutrition and stuff like that. So once I discovered food challenges, it was my kind of goal to figure out a way to make a living eating, working out, and traveling. And through all this, I was able to figure it all out. But now everything's evolved. I would say my favorite thing now is not only just getting to travel and explore so much delicious food, scenery, and stuff like that, but now that we have a few million subscribers between YouTube and Facebook, my favorite thing is doing all the events and just meeting all of the amazing people that watch and support our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and everything else that I'm working on. So yeah, the people are just all so just positive. Everybody's happy. All the events are so much fun, which is why I'm really happy now that we're able to travel around again and do events. I would have to say that is a very loaded question. It depends on a lot of different variables. Number one, it depends on how far into a trip I am. And then number two, it depends on what food it is and then how much food there is. There are times where I've felt worse after a 5-pound food challenge than after an 8-pound challenge. It all depends on how ready my body is, how empty I am, and just how I'm feeling. And the longer I go during a tour, since I'm doing a food challenge, usually almost every day, at least 6 food challenges a week, a couple weeks in or even months into a tour, I start feeling rougher and rougher, which is why I like to take long breaks afterwards to let my body recover. But after, let's say, like a 7-8 pound food challenge, it's terrible. Just the other day here in Vero Beach, I did a challenge at Cafe 66, and I had all these plans to do all this stuff on my computer and everything that night before going to bed, and the challenge was really big and difficult, and I barely won. Just had a few minutes to go before time expired, and thankfully I won. But I got home, I called my mom just to tell her how I did, and then I did absolutely nothing but just lay in bed and I fell right to sleep. So sometimes you just got to get a good night's rest and feel better and get going again the next day. I would say that's actually a loaded question too, but it depends on a lot of different variables. Like I said in the last question, sometimes I've done food challenges that were just 5 or 6 pounds that I struggled harder with than some challenges that were 7 or 8 pounds. Not only does it depend on the size of the challenge, what you're eating and how they cook it, and how long it takes to actually start eating, but it just kind of depends on how my body feels. Earlier on in the tour, or if I got a lot of exercise earlier in the day, my body usually feels more fit, ready, and I'm able to eat more than sometimes where I'm bigger later on in a trip and just not able to eat as much. And yeah, I would say a big thing depends on how the restaurant cooks it. The food challenges that I do, the restaurant promotions, it's definitely a team effort, and the restaurant is heavily involved with all that. If it's cooked well, then everything's gonna go fine. But if it's overcooked, like I've done an 87-ounce steak in 15 minutes, and I've done a 72-ounce steak that was overcooked that took almost an hour. So there's a lot of factors into it, and it also depends on how much bread there is too. I've done some food challenges with like 3 or 4 pounds of bread, and wow, your jaw really gets a good workout, which is why in order to be a successful competitive eater, professional eater, not only do you have to have a big stomach capacity, but you also have to have some great jaw endurance too. My parents got very lucky with me growing up. I've always been able to eat pretty much everything. The only things I really don't enjoy is blue cheese. I never ever want blue cheese. I can eat it if I have to, if it's part of a challenge, which has happened before. But other than that, really the only kind of food challenge I say no to is anything that's just super spicy. If you follow along with all the videos, you'll notice that I don't do too many spicy food challenges. And back, I'd say in like 2012, I did a hot wing challenge where the wings were all covered with a sauce that had Trinidad Moruga scorpion peppers, and it took me like 2.5 minutes to eat the wings, and then it took me 2.5 hours to actually get out of the bathroom because I was just so messed up from how hot it is, and that kind of scarred me for life, I'd say. But I will do food challenges with ghost peppers and stuff like that, but I have no desire to eat anything with Trinidad Moruga scorpion peppers, and especially Carolina Reaper peppers. Those scare the heck out of me. This is actually a question I don't often get asked, and everybody knows about the phrase healthy vegetables because when I'm doing like a 5-pound burger challenge, I'll make sure to specify that it has some healthy vegetables on it, like 4 pieces of lettuce, a few slices of tomatoes, and then some pickles and stuff. But I would have to say one of my favorite vegetables is broccoli. It's very healthy for you and it's very delicious. I'll just eat it as a snack with like hot sauce and stuff. You can't really, I guess, call pickles too healthy of a thing, but I do enjoy all kinds of pickles. But really right now, I would say my trendy thing that I really enjoy is Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, like pan fried in some oil, or fried Brussels sprouts, but I can also eat them just steamed or something like that. So it's probably an unpopular opinion, but for now, let's go with Brussels sprouts. But it changes every now and then. When before you begin is definitely one of the proudest things I've thought of. And I thought of that, I think in like 2014, while I was working out, it just came to me and it was like, boom, which is also a thing that we use. I have a shirt that says boom, or I'll say boom before every challenge. But when before you begin is kind of the centerpiece, the motto or slogan that we use for foodchallenges.com. And there's 3 critical components to that. Number 1 is train. Number 2 is strategize. And if you both train and strategize, number 3 is dominate, which comes with, if you are doing a food challenge, you've got to make sure that your stomach capacity, your entire body is trained and ready to actually fit all of the food that you're about to eat or drink. And then we've got strategize, which is you can't really approach a burger challenge the same way you'd approach a hot dog challenge or a steak challenge or an ice cream challenge. There's like 35 different types of food challenges, and each one has kind of a different strategy. There's a general strategy about just food challenges in general, but each one has kind of a little distinct aspect to it. So if you have a good strategy going into the food challenge, your body is ready, then you'll just feel confident and ready to dominate, and you'll have a lot higher percentage chance of winning. A lot of people ask about just the general pre-ritual that I have before all my food challenges, and a lot of people ask about Atlas, so that is definitely a common question. Before every food challenge, not only do I pray, my family's a Roman Catholic, but I'll do my prayer, and then I will turn my hat, that comes from the movie. I always joke when people say that it's from Pokemon, but it's actually from one of my dad and I's favorite movie to watch together, Over the Top. It's an arm wrestling movie with Sylvester Stallone, but before every arm wrestling match, he will turn his hat and he'll kind of transform into what he calls a machine. But for me, before my food challenges, I will transform into Atlas. And where that comes from is that back before my buddy Dan and I, the original Zeus of Atlas and Zeus Promotions, my friend Dan Graham, he did the very first 2 food challenges with me, and then he kind of stopped after that because he lost the second one. I was the best man at his wedding, and then now I'm the godfather for his second daughter. But before our first team pizza challenge that we were gonna do in St. Louis, after I won that body transformation contest, we were trying to think of really cool eating nicknames as cool as the situation from Jersey Shore, because that show was popular back at the time and we just couldn't think of anything. But one day he decided to text me and said, hey, I want to be Zeus. And I figured I gotta be themed with the Zeus, so I decided that I would be Atlas, which kind of everything just worked out, that now years later it's kind of transformed and I'm traveling all over the world, and just the global theme that Atlas has along with it. But yeah, that is where Atlas comes from. And I started the kind of company Atlas and Zeus Promotions. Dan was never really involved with it, but I just thought Atlas Promotions sounded stupid. So I kind of kept Atlas and Zeus because I liked in our first logo, we had the A and the Z, because I wanted to do more than just food challenges, which is good because now I'm in the process of becoming a registered dietitian and will be going from being a food challenge professional eater into a different kind of professional eater. So everything's just kind of evolving, and the Atlas part of me will just continue to evolve too. Well, number one, I do get called a competitive eater very often, and technically I am, because I will do eating contests for charities or any other reasons. I just haven't in many years. I typically go by the term professional eater because that is my craft of doing food challenges. That's how I make a living, and we do a lot of promotions and other stuff. But I would say my biggest strength as a professional eater is being able to host events. There's not really other eaters with YouTube channels or anything like that. A lot of the other eaters are more timid or reserved. They're not able to kind of host a big gathering of people, all to really just come enjoy the restaurant food, support the restaurants while watching me do a food challenge. So I would say, not to sound too cocky or anything, but yeah, I would say that my biggest strength is being able to kind of provide a great experience to a lot of different people at the same time, not only the people that come to the restaurants from all around. Sometimes we have people drive 8 hours just to watch myself, and now Katina Eats Kilos, my girlfriend, do food challenges together. But also too, a lot of the times we're on Facebook Live. I've got to keep everybody entertained through that, and just, yeah, I would say just being able to balance it all while still being able to do the food challenges, that would be my biggest strength. That is actually a really good question that I don't think about too often, because I really don't think about what else I would be doing other than this. I love everything that I get to do, which is why it makes it a lot more fun and easy to get up in the morning, because I love everything that I do as part of this process for what I am working towards. Right now I'm a professional eater. Everything is great, and I do not know what else I would do. I mean, if I wasn't doing all the food challenges and the traveling and stuff like that, I mean, I'd probably be unhappy doing construction, just still using my construction management degree that I got back in 2008, and just, I guess, traveling when I could. My first time out of the country was 2010 when I won the body transformation contest, the Spartacus Men's Health Body Transformation Contest, and that trip to Auckland, New Zealand kind of opened up my eyes and really got me, I guess, hungry to go explore the world. So, I mean, I don't know if I never started on this journey, I might still have never left the country. So everything kind of changed once I did my very first food challenge. And then I've been in the process for the past couple of years of working on my after. So, I mean, if I had to quit food challenges today, I would just switch over to what my after is. And in 2016, I decided to go back to school, Missouri State University, to get my degree in nutrition and dietetics. And I completed that in May 2019. Actually, this upcoming August, I'm going to be starting my dietetic internship. I decided to take 2 years off in order to kind of travel and grow my social media, because in 2023, I think, I will become a registered dietitian. I'll be retiring from food challenges and that side of professional eating, and then I will be kind of converting my social media, the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, everybody, the entire community that I've grown through doing all these food challenges. I will be converting everybody over, everybody that wants to come with me. I'll be helping people better understand general nutrition and weight management. So yeah, if I had to stop today, I would just switch over to all that, because my career all the way up until the very end will be helping people better understand nutrition and weight management. That was 10 questions with me, Randy Santel. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know I've shared this on my Facebook page, Instagram, the YouTube community page. I really appreciate my friend Thomas Miller. the Treasure Coast Foodie, for all of his help getting the 4 food challenges that I've done or am doing here in Vero Beach, Florida. And if you're interested in coming to the area, Vero Beach, Florida, I gotta say, I had never really heard of it until Thomas contacted me, and I love it so much that I can't wait to already come back. Katina's not here with me, but next time we come back, I'll do some more events and then stay here just to enjoy the beach, because the entire area is just awesome. If you're interested in coming, not only for the scenery, the beaches, but maybe the food, be sure to check out everything from Thomas Miller, the Treasure Coast Foodie. The links are down in the description. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video and have a great rest of your day.